Hey guys, Kev here, and I have a blade battle for you. So I just did the review on the Kershaw LiveWire, and I recently did the review on the Hogue Compound 3.5. And I absolutely love both of these OTFs. They are absolutely top-notch in the market. My favorite USA-made OTFs. And I want to do a battle, right? So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to try to keep it short because I'm always long. And so she said, and I think I should try to just run through this. So we have the Kershaw LiveWire, the Compound 3.5. Here are our categories: materials, price, perceived value, aesthetics, ergos, cutting, carry, sounds, action, fit, and finish, leftability, which would be interesting here because it's kind of useless. And then you have your totals. I put action there, and then I was like, fuck. And I crossed it out and then put it back down here. If you are right-handed, you can cross this out and not really count it. Although, I'll tell you right now, it's probably just going to be a tie because they both are ambidextrous. So, let us get into it. I think you know the basics. Hogue, Kershaw, both made in the United States of America. I got this one from Blade Ops. I got this one from Blue Creek. Both of those are actually companies I have an affiliate link with. I will put those down in the description. If you're interested, you can use those links. You can use Lefty10 over at Blue Creek. No code for Blade Ops. But depending on who has what, you might want to shop at the different dealers. I have a link to all of the affiliate links that I have in the description of every video. So if you want to help the channel out, or you're just interested in seeing different dealers and seeing what's going on, I got a ton of links down in the description. Check it out. Subscribe to the channel. We are so close to hitting 10,000. That is going to be an epic. Cannot wait. And I really appreciate it. So I love you guys. But let's get into it. Sorry. Materials. Who wins this category? All right, well, we have G10 and we have G10 and S30V on the Hogue. On the Kershaw, we have aluminum and 20 CV. So, normally I would say aluminum is better than G10 and 20 CV is better than S30V, and I think that's accurate. So I think we got to go with the Kershaw here. But I want to say the G10 on this is extremely well done. And the S30V is obviously going to be heat treated really well and all that good stuff. I don't know where it's at on the heat treat here, but we're really just talking about the materials in general. So the LiveWire is going to get the point. Compound is not. Price. You're looking at about $320 on this guy. $3 to $320, I would say. This guy is $230. I'm talking about what you can buy it at the actual dealer, not the MSRP. So again, LiveWire takes the price. Perceived value. I don't know what the secondary market is. So I think I want to give these a tie just because this one just came out. It is not in stock anywhere. So maybe it would have a higher perceived value. But this one also I don't think is easy to get. I'm sure this one probably just goes for retail whenever it actually appears. I just don't know the market too well on OTFs, so it's hard for me to give a determination here. My gut tells me that it's not, even though this is amazing and hard to get right now, it's because of, supply. I don't think it's going to be like, oh my God, I'm going to pay $400 for this LiveWire. I think they're just really good USA-made knives, and when they're in stock, you get them. When they're not, on the secondary, it'll be whatever retail is. So I'm going to go ahead and give them a tie so they each get a point. Aesthetics. So this is one where with the Hogue, a lot of people think this knife is ugly, right? They just don't like this handle design or whatever. I am one of the people who thinks this handle design is actually really cool. I love the ergos of it, the choil. whatever you want to call that, but I call it a choil. The clip, I just like a lot about the aesthetics here. The tritium vial. And then when open, you have that clip point blade. Not my favorite, but it works. I guess it might be a drop point. I don't know, but it's more clip pointy to me. But the aesthetics are good on that. The Kershaw, to me, is kind of sexy. Like, so where this is like, yeah, I don't have a problem with it, and I think it kind of looks good. This one, I'm like, yeah, that's actually sexy. You know what I mean? This is actually an Elijahwitz design, and this is a Diskin, apparently, or a Diskin collab. I'm not sure. Also, personally, I prefer a uncoated blade, so this one has that, and it kind of has the contrast. So I think I'm going to go with the LiveWire. So we're going to go with LiveWire. And then we have Ergos. So again, the Hogue has a very comfortable grip. It's a little taller in the hand. It's comfortable. You can get up here like this. You can stay back here like this. You do have this sort of choil right here, so you can get up close to the blade. Very comfortable. If you go into a Friday night gas station grip, you have a really nice landing pad for your thumb, a little guard there, and you're ready to go. I think the Ergos are fantastic on that knife. On the LiveWire, it is also very comfortable. It has a kind of like micro finger choils. Very comfortable. You can climb up here. You can get very close to the edge again. Climb back like this. You can swing it around. Good landing spot. Again, it's a thinner handle in, I think, all dimensions, maybe very slightly in thickness, but this feels really good in the hand, in my opinion. This feels really good in the hand, in my opinion. They're both fantastic. It's very close, but I think I'm going to go ahead and give it to the Hogue just for this sort of choily area. I feel more comfortable up on this guy like this than I do climbing up to the tip of the edge here on this. It's not much of a difference, but it's enough to give the win over to the Hogue. Cutting. So this one isn't too difficult for me. I think the cutting will go to the Hogue. And the reason for that is it's Hogue. So they put really good sticky-ass sharp edges on their knives. They do good grind. It feels thinner to me than the Kershaw. It has a bit of a taller blade, so it just cuts really well. I mean, I was doing S-cuts on paper. I have used both of these quite a bit, and this one gets through material a little bit better for me. This one's good, and it's basically a fantastic EDC knife for cutting open packages and bags and shit like that. This one could do a little more if you needed it to. But you can see, you know, being that sort of daggery style blade, it doesn't have as tall of a grind, and it's a Kershaw edge, so it's not as good as that Hogue edge, which is probably the best edges in the game. So I'm going to go ahead and give the cutting to the Hogue. This is a good battle. Shit, I put that on action. The one that I crossed out. Hold on. There we go. Carry. So these both carry really, really well. They both are reversible. So you'll see this one you can flip the clip here. And this one actually has, you know, spots for it. The one thing I would have given a negative to on Ergos for this one is the clip. Even though it's super comfortable and low profile, when you squeeze down, you can feel the clip like bending, and that's kind of annoying. But for carry, they both reverse. They're both lightweight. I mean, I don't think one weighs more than the other, honestly. And if they do, it's very marginal. I'm going to give it to the Kershaw just out of sheer size. It's a slimmer package. It just disappears in the pocket, where this one is great and kind of disappears too, but it's not, this one's less noticeable, I guess is how I would put it. So carry goes to the Kershaw. Sounds. So both good. Man, I love the action on this thing. But just listen to this. Listen to this. I don't know if it comes through, but when you fire this one sounds like a pea shooter. You know what I mean? Like, this is the noisy cricket, and this is the Superman 5000 or whatever the hell those guns were called in Men in Pew Pew. Sorry, were called in Men in Black. The Hogue, for sure on sounds. It sounds like a cannon sometimes. I love it. Action. Okay. This is where it's tricky because I love that spring in here. It's is probably the best spring on an OTF. I mean, you hear this thing just thunderclapping. And you feel it too. And that's important, right? Like, it's just a great feeling. The switch is super, and I guess we'll put the switch into action versus ergos because I should have thought of that. But look at this switch. At first, I was like, that can't be comfortable. It's like a giant, just a stop sign. You run into a speed bump, I mean. But it really just catches your thumb and gives you so much leverage. So while it has a strong spring and everything, it doesn't feel like it because of that. And it also means you can grab it from the side like this and pop it down. It's really comfortable. You can grab it from behind, so she said, and grab it, right? This one, it's a very traditional looking switch, but they've somehow managed to make it so smooth. I mean, it is effortless, really. Here's something that I will note. I had the Heretic Colossus. I've had this. I've had the Kershaw LiveWire, and I've now had this dagger, right? And I handed them all to my wife, you know, because I'm like, hey, look at this new knife, right? And Jesus, Kev. She will grab it and open and close, do whatever once, and then be like, yeah, whatever, here. You know, she's like, eh. And if she ever gets excited about a knife, I'm like, ooh, you know, should I buy you one? But she couldn't even, she's like doing this with the Hogue, with the Colossus. Like, she couldn't even open the Colossus. But this, she's like, ugh, right? So I'm like, oh, you might want to, you know, like this one, you might actually be able to operate. And she, you know, she's just like, oh. And it's just so easy to actuate. Sorry, that was me. And that's kind of a safety thing right there. If you didn't know that, you have to put consistent pressure on it. Anyway, so it doesn't fire as hard, but it still fires, in my opinion, as good as any Microtech I've had. Axial, Heretic, whatever. Definitely that dagger. It's better than that. This is an absolute cannon. But the ease of use might be better, right? So I don't know how to gauge that. The switch over here is maybe slightly better, but it's better for this knife because this knife has a stronger pull and everything, and it just makes that easier. Where this doesn't need it, and it's just like butter. So it's hard, man. Firing hard. Smoother firing. I think so. My man brain likes this one because of the absolute thunderclaps, but my fidget brain likes this one because it's just like easy to use, right? Man, it's so hard. I think I'm gonna go with the LiveWire because this one I want to fidget with more. So, you know, so I'm going to give that one to the LiveWire. I'm going to go ahead and skip the next one, Fit and Finish, and go to LeftyEDC and give them both a point because there's no left or right issue on either of these. They're both fantastic. So, Fit and Finish, and that'll wrap it up. These are both extremely well made. I really don't have any gripes with either of them fit and finish wise, like I do with the dagger, like with the clip. They're both put together well. I really don't have trying to think if there's anything that bugs me on these. Like, I'm not an expert on like grinds and all that. It looks like the plunge grind kind of sucks on this. Like, it goes well past the edge termination. I don't know how much I care about that. I don't really on this knife specifically. The tritium vial is a nice touch into the switch. Bonus points there. But you have this really nice milling on the Kershaw. Honeycomb over here. You know, it's G10, which is cool. Both have deep carry clip. Like, both are fucking fantastic, man. I am going to... Shit. I think I'm going to give this one to the Kershaw because it just has a sleeker feel to it. And I think that bodes into the fit and finish, right? Because of these chamfers along everything, the milling, all of that goes into how sleek of a package this looks like, if that makes sense. I really want to see what they do with this knife, like what color option, like anything. Are they going to do stuff like that? That would be really cool because I would buy more of these. I love this knife. It's also done really well. But you can see it's a little more, it has a little bit of something chamfered here, but like it's a little more straightforward in that category compared to the LiveWire. So that's what I'm going to go with the LiveWire on that one. All right. This was a close one, but I think the LiveWire took it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the Hogue. So the LiveWire wins. And, you know, that's interesting because I was raving about this being the best OTF I've handled. It's all opinion, blah, blah. And it literally was dethroned in a week by the LiveWire. So you never know what could happen in a week, you know. Now, it'll probably be years before something comes along and knocks the Kershaw off. Because I don't see, you know, OTFs coming out left and right. We'll see. I know Axial has something new they're cranking up. I know Medford just came out with an OTF. There's some other brands that are working on OTFs, I think. EMP, EDC. So you never know. But Kershaw really knocked it out of the park. And I have no qualms about the Hogue. I don't plan on, like, selling this or anything. I really enjoy this knife, personally. So that's not going anywhere. And it's just been fun. Like, it's really nice to step out of my comfort zone, which is, you know, folders with a hole that flicks, you know, and try some different stuff. And I've been genuinely, what do you call it? Surprised by the findings, you know? So it's been fun, and I really, really enjoy it. And I appreciate you guys for the recommendations and pushing me to try these things. Because a lot of times it's like, I don't really care. But then you guys are, have you tried this? Are you going to try it? This looks cool, right? And then I'm like, okay, you know, I'll give it a shot. So, yeah, that is the battle of the USA-made OTFs. And I could not be happier with these. So let me know what you think down below. Do you think one should have won over the other? Do you think the Hogue should have won instead of the LiveWire? Do you think I'm crazy and I should just get a freaking, whatever it's called that everybody talks about? Deadlock. Should I just get a deadlock? Should I just drop $2,000 like an idiot? No, I probably shouldn't. And I really don't want to. I don't have that much interest in them. But if anybody has one and wants to loan it in so I can possibly change my mind, I would love to check one out. I just don't have the dollar. I do, but I just don't want to buy one, honestly. It's just not worth my $2,000. I really don't feel like spending that on that when I could get probably something even cooler, you know? So that's it. I absolutely love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, and I will catch you later.